Hi Scorpios, welcome to your free monthly reading for August 2023. Hope your month is off to a great start. We do have a full moon in Aquarius at the beginning of the month, a new moon in the middle, and a full moon back in Pisces at the end of the month. So the the full moon at the beginning of the month, which is in Aquarius, should really have you feeling optimistic. All right, so we really want to hang on to that energy when we enter into that culmination of that Lionsgate portal on the 8th. And also, like I always like to mention, I personally don't do astrological updates on my channel. My astrology is related to parenting children and our inner child. So it's more basic knowledge, but if you are looking for information on astrological transit updates and the moon phases of the moon, please check out, please check out Pam Gregory, my favorite astrologer, Stillwater Alchemy. They have weekly updates for astrology that are really nice, not too long. Heather Ensworth is another one that I have recently gotten into, and I also really like Donna Stellhorn. So we are entering that judgment era of life, and we are all transitioning to that. And the only question is whether or not we're going to answer the wake-up call, because that is the era we are transitioning to. So you definitely want to answer that wake-up call, okay, Scorpios? Because again, we all have an inner calling that is shouting from within, and it's whether or not we're going to answer that wake-up call and answer our calling in life. Okay, so always to make sure you check out where Jupiter is in your chart, what sign rules Jupiter, because that can really help unlock some ways to incorporate your passions into your everyday life. All right, so there is going to be a big focus on your career too. So if this is something where you want to shift into making money off of what you are passionate about, because obviously Scorpios, you are passionate. You are one of the most passionate signs. So yeah, find ways that you can really utilize this energy, because your career and your relationships and how your relationships can benefit your career are really in the spotlight this month. So keep that in mind, and that is my cue to... All right, what Scorpios 2023? So yeah, definitely with relationships, some endings. All right, well, also too, if there's relationships in your life that no longer serve you, it's okay to let go. Then again, this can be personal, career, but if some relationships just aren't serving you and they're not benefiting you and they're not benefiting the other person, like, it's okay to not invest so much time into that. All right, so just keep that in mind, because like I said, I feel like you're really oh wow, how lovely. Okay, you've had some really wonderful, and I think, was it you or Sagittarius that had the best weekly reading? I can't remember, but one of you did. But this is looking pretty amazing, Scorpios. Okay, so the overall energy for the month of August is the 3 of Coins. So you are really focused on work. Okay, so like I said, I really feel like, you know, with relationships, with your job, so we're going to dive deeper into that, but you're really dedicated to manifesting right now. And what a perfect month to have this energy, because this is the month to really get your, you know, nose to the grindstone and pay attention to the details, because you are manifesting this month. Okay, so again, utilize all of that new moon and full moon energy and that Lionsgate portal. And like I said, go and check out the astrology videos, because they connect to what houses they connect to, and that will really help you open up like how you can continue to culminate that wonderful manifesting energy. Okay, so with the devil here, the devil is really asking you to embrace the material world. So as water signs, we we kind of sometimes can think of certain negative connotations to wealth and like financial gain. But you really want to embrace that a little bit more this month. I'd also suggest too, like with me, with how I do my tarot, I'd also connect the devil to our wounds, our inner child wounds. So if there is something we don't want to face, we really want to take that by the reins and do the inner work. And I don't feel this being super heavy, especially with the sun being what you have enough of right now. But there might be something lingering that can, like there's these like little bursts of emotions or verbally outbursts that we can really help clear if we just face what we don't want to face, okay? And again, we got to embrace this stuff, and not how we think about money is how money is in our life. Our relationship with money is so important. So we really want to make sure that we're mindful of knowing that we need to embrace our shadow side. And Scorpios, I mean, you're one of the best signs to go deep and do that shadow work. So don't fear, okay? That's really what, really, because, you know, it could be too that idea of the fear being because, like, I'm pretty sure it was you last week that had, like, wow, like the best energy out of everybody. So when this happens and it's like, whoa, everything's going too great, that can cause some self-sabotage to bubble up, because it's like, we're so used to, you know, like things like this. And so when things like are like this, it's like all you're thinking is, oh no, it's gonna do this. So we need to get rid of that, okay? Because you are on this wonderful streak of really good high vibration energy. And so this is what you have just enough of. So this is amazing. And the sun, and what a perfect card to have during Leo season in the month of August, and with all of this wonderful radiant light energy that is coming. So you really stay focused on your gratitude, your confidence, and like be super proud of all of your achievements, okay? Because you want to hang on to this energy and don't shy away from this hard work. Like, you don't want to just ignore like I said, so if you are having these thoughts that bubble up of like, oh no, and like these fears, don't ignore them. You want to do the work to get rid of them, because they're going to keep coming back if you don't. You want to embrace this, okay? Okay, so this is interesting. So the Two of Swords in this position too is really saying that you might be compromising too much. And so, like I said, with relationships and how some relationships need to come to an end, you might just be keeping certain relationships active because you don't want to cause waves. And so we really want to make sure that, obviously keep things in perspective, but there's going to be a choice, okay? And so if that choice is connected to constantly compromising to keep the peace, we don't want to do that, okay? And if, let's say, you know, you do put yourself first and that ruffles somebody's feathers because you're always putting them first, well, I'm sorry, that's not the relationship for you. And we really want to clear this before Libra season, all right? So, and definitely, again, utilize that full moon to set your intentions to release relationships that no longer serve you. And don't be afraid of the work that comes into your life to clear that for you, okay? Okay, so this is, I think, so the Queen of Coins in this position, I really think is connected to embracing this energy and doing the work to clear whatever it is that makes us fearful of enjoying our abundance, if you will. So, obviously, too, the queens are connected to mother energy. So if you are a mother or connected to a mother figure in your life, take it how it resonates. But you want to be reminded to enjoy what you have and that satisfaction and your abundance, okay? So I really feel like focusing on this energy when you're, you know, paying attention to the details, doing the hard work, really radiate this energy. Because especially too, because it can be, especially for water signs, like it can be really daunting to do the practical earthly work that's necessary to manifest our dreams. So just remember, you can always change and stay radiating this energy, because yeah, it might just not feel natural to you to have all of that earthly energy in your life. Or if you do have a lot of earth energy, I'm not sure, but because of the sun in this, like, we really just want to stay focused on keeping that vibration high and not jinxing ourselves, if you will. Okay, so the Seven of Wands in this area of what you need to accept is you have to stand up for yourselves. And so again, I really feel like this is connected to a relationship. This can be work or it can be personal, but because of everything being so connected to your career, I really feel like this is a relationship at work. And if this causes a shift in your employment, just take it how it resonates, but remember too that you're in control of your destiny. So if it's a relationship at work that causes you to look for another job, like even just putting that energy out there that you deserve more, especially if this is like a boss, because that could really be, this idea of thinking too that like your boss has power over you. Okay, so keep that in mind. I just had that pop up because you do really want to take a stand for what you believe in. If you're in a career where things are happening that are not aligned with your beliefs, like I said, with that new timeline that we're jumping into being connected to judgment, we want to be aligned in our personal life, in our professional life, with energy that radiates that timeline, okay, of acceptance and joy and abundance for everyone. So if that's not in your life right now, you really want to take a stand, okay? And like I said, I really feel like this is work related. So, or even somebody like who's connected to a side project that you're working on, but you have to be aligned with that energy to continue with that abundance. So definitely assert yourself and accept that this needs to be done to move forward, because this is what's so amazing is the outcome energy at the end of the month is the Page of Wands. And the pages can connect to our actual children, but also to your inner child. And so by clearing all of this, by doing this work, you're going to connect, again, like I said, that judgment energy, answering the wake-up call from within, your inner child. You're going to activate that passion inside of you that's connected to your inner child and allowing your inner child to be happy and fulfilled. So explore what you can do to keep this passion going, okay? To explore what you can do to allow your inner child to radiate and bask in the sun energy, because this is here to help ignite this. And again, it's just really taking a stand for what you believe in, all right? It's really time to assert yourself, especially because it's what you need to accept, that like you need to do this if you want things to change. Okay, so next I'm going to pull a past life card to see what can help empower Scorpios to take a stand, assert themselves, and allow this wonderful, abundant energy to continue that ignites that inner flame and that inner child to answer the wake-up call from within, because that's what, at the end of the day, what we want to do. Like I said, with this new judgment timeline that we're jumping into. Okay, so Scorpios, what can Scorpios get from a past life that's going to help them stand up for their beliefs? All right, there we go. Oh, okay. Well, the energy you have, and again, with these past life, this can be your life before children if you're a parent, your childhood, or an actual past life before this timeline. So that energy for the month of August is connected to father energy. So I like actually reading directly from this book because it's a lot of detailed information, and it all is important to convey to you Scorpios. So this card indicates that your father in this life was with you in a prior lifetime. Any issues you've had with your father likely began long ago. Look at this card that you draw prior and after to see if it yields any clues about the previous lives that you shared. So he may not have been your father in those lives, though as a soul continue to reincarnate together into different roles. To break any negative patterns with your father's soul, be willing to release old anger or unforgiveness. This card can also be conscious or unconscious emotional energy stored in your psyche. Just your willingness to clear toxic relationship energy is enough to initiate the healing process. So remember that forgiveness doesn't mean that you approve of this person's actions. So that's interesting because Virgo's got this too. They had energy connected to needing to forgive some mother energy in a past life. So if you totally forgive your father and yourself, you no longer have to reincarnate with that soul unless you choose to. So you retain only the lessons, growth, and love you shared. As an added benefit, the healing work that you do with your father helps all the relationships with men. Okay, so it'd be interesting too if this energy connected to your relationship at work could be connected to this energy. That's very interesting. So I feel, again, working with this and clearing this and really sitting with this, especially with that full moon, because we're charged with our optimism. We want to get rid of this before that new moon and before Virgo season, okay? So yeah, by releasing this and doing this work, we're really opening up this to let our inner child shine, okay? Because this could really be this could really be suppressed because we haven't fully worked through this. And what's interesting too is I think you know, because like I said in past readings, that full moon in Capricorn that we had at the beginning of July really bubbled this stuff to the surface. And we might have thought, that we already did that work, but if it's still there, it's the forgiveness aspect. Forgiving doesn't mean you forget. Forgiving doesn't mean you say everything's okay. Forgiving means that you put the bag down and walk away. And it no longer needs to affect your life, okay? But it's not saying not to deal with it, but it doesn't need to be so heavy. All right, so we really want to work on that so that we can embrace that energy. All right, next, let's see. What empowering question can help us? What empowering question can help Scorpios work through this past life energy so that they can stand up for, because man, this is really, I feel like this is really hindering you from accepting the idea to stand up for yourself because of something that's making you feel like you need to shy away from it, all right? Because this is really domineering energy, right? Of who has control here. And it's time for you to have control, okay, Scorpios? All right, let's see what empowering question can help Scorpios that will help them navigate through August 2023. I normally don't even shuffle these, but I just really felt like I needed to shuffle these. All right, so the empowering question for you is, what gives me great joy? Because what gives you great joy is connected to this, and this is what you're moving towards, okay? And so by pondering that question, well, especially while we're staying focused in this wonderful, dedicated work energy, this can really help keep our focus. And again, you have the sun, okay? You have everything you need. So make sure you remind yourself that you have exactly the right amount of this for the month of August. So stay focused on this and remind yourself what brings you great joy and utilize that in your life, because you are shifting to this, and this is wonderful. This is fresh, this is new, and this is something that's going to fuel your inner flame going into September. Okay, so next I like to see What crystal can Scorpios incorporate for the month of August? It's going to help them stand their ground, release what no longer serves them, and ignite that inner flame. It's so funny because my poor tiny hands sometimes with these cards. All right, let's see here. What Scorpios stand up for themselves? Definitely not taking all those. Interesting. All right, so because the wand stuck onto here, this is your card. All right, so Garnet, manifestation with purpose. So going back to what I said about us stepping into this judgment timeline, we really want to be connected to our purpose in life. We want to be doing the work that's connected to our purpose, okay? So if you can find some garnet, carry it in your pocket, purse, wear it, have it somewhere, especially where you're working, okay? So in your office, or like if you're at work and you're not in an office, have it in your pocket so you can, you know, just touch it every now and then, especially if you're feeling, like this energy, you're scared to stand up for yourself, and you want to stand up with yourself, for yourself, emotionally grounded, okay? So keep that in mind. You don't want to explode, because all you're doing is allowing this energy to control your life. So we don't want that, all right? We want to be emotionally grounded before we stand our ground. And this garnet having the ability to manifestation of purpose, that purpose is going to allow this lovely inner light to shine, okay? So yeah, that is really nice. All right. And also too, like this just gives such strong Scorpio vibes, doesn't it? So yeah, manifestation of purpose. You're really going to be manifesting your purpose by shifting. And honestly, those sirens are telling me like this is really important for you, Scorpios, okay? So make sure that we're doing this clearing, and that if there's a relationship that doesn't serve you, that you really just cut ties with it, okay? You really have a decision, a big decision here connected to your career. All right, well, I don't even know where that went. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I think this is it. All right, yeah, so, oops, excuse me. So the clarifying card for the month of August for you is the Page of Swords. So again, this is still that childlike energy. And the Page of Swords is telling you to speak your truth. My goodness, Scorpios, you're really being so kindly urged to stand your ground and speak your truth. And again, the pages connected to children and that inner child. And again, if this is connected to your child, but I really feel like this is like letting your inner child speak, all right? So if there's something still stuck there from all that work we did during that full moon in Capricorn in July, now's the time to clear it. And this is the perfect month to do it. We have the optimism. We have the forward moving energy. We have the confidence. That's the biggest thing, is that confidence, okay? So we really want to stay forward with that and let whatever needs to go, let it go, all right? Because it's really time for your inner child to be happy, fulfilled, and speaking their truth, okay? So stand up for what you believe in and speak your truth. It's so important right now, all right? Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this monthly extended reading. If you did, please remember to like, share, and comment. Share with other Scorpios in your life. Don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more in-depth look at the month. And have an amazing, fulfilling, and liberating August, Scorpios.